Welcome to Eternal Mirrors. This is your 2022 Tarotscope, and I'm back with some clarity for you. It's been a while. I'm very fucking excited to do this, actually. It's been a while, and I meant to do this at the beginning of the year, but I actually ordered a very specific deck I wanted to use for this reading, and I got here late, so I was like, let's just do it on this very special today, you know, on 2022. Anyway, so let me get serious. Alright, so my intention is to provide you with clarity on energies that you may be dealing with this 2022, and hopefully awaken within you the tools to stay centered, grounded, and present within your coherency and authenticity, so that no matter what you are faced with in 2022, you can have or trust yourself to have the clarity that you need, or to be clear enough to go throughout the year choosing the best for yourself and the life that you desire. Okay, so I will be just touching base here. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, and yeah, I'm just gonna be going through all of the signs, Aries through Pisces, and I want to just touch base because I actually want to offer you guys, if you feel called to do so, if you feel this resonated with you, I want to offer you a personal 2022 reading, so you can get more in touch with this aspect of yourself, with yourself in general, like your whole self. This is what it's about. This authenticity is about being whole and present. Yeah, it's time to get serious. And yeah, so I just hope to provide that for you. So if you feel called to do that, please feel free to DM me to book that reading. Let me see. You can read for your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, whichever resonates. And again, as I've said before, if this resonated, then come to me, but this is a collective reading, so take what resonates, okay? Don't take it so seriously. This is not definite. And it's not for everybody. Okay, this is not for everybody. Let me just jump right into it. I don't think there's anything else that I need to tell you. As you can tell, I don't know if you can tell, I'm so nervous. I have not been on social media for so long. I just feel like... Alright, anyways, let's just dive right into it, okay? I'm going to start off with Aries. And, of course, finish off with Pisces. Okay. I'm going to be, like, pausing the video on and off as I'm recording it, so I don't take too long doing this, because I know sometimes cards take way too long to fall out. Aries. Aries. Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure I just saw the... Yep. The Aries card, the Emperor. Alright. Getting deeper and deeper into this message for Aries, please and thank you. What are the energies for 2022 for Aries? Alright, Aries. I'm gonna pause this. Okay, Aries, so this year you may be finding the power that you are through how do I say this? You may be finding your power through your divinity. to say it. That's the most simple way I can say it. So there's a bigger than just your normal life energy here. There is fate, there is destiny, there is something, a bigger plan here. And you seem to, maybe in the beginning of the year or in the years before, have been in some sort of like energy of lack, feeling left out, feeling empty, like a feeling of just powerlessness, not being able to be a source of energy for yourself. So it's almost like this year you will be learning the importance of rejuvenation and keeping your belief in yourself and what you're able to provide for yourself, you know, keeping that in high regard, keeping that in high importance, because through your divine power you will be able to provide not just for yourself but all those that you love. And this comes through also accepting all that you desire and knowing that it's never going to be perfect. You're never going to be happy all of the time. And this is more in putting a lot of importance in your clarity. Okay, I'm just going to tell you the cards that you got. So this is the first card that you got, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, this is complete. This is not only riches of the heart, but this is legacy. This is destiny. This is what you want your life to consist of. So this has a lot to do with desires, and then after that you got the 5 of Pentacles. So this is that energy which is completely opposite to the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is very self-sufficient, and 5 of Pentacles is not even being connected to that sense of you know, being your own power generator, being your own life generator. Okay, after that you got rejuvenation, then you got divinity, then from the deck that I purchased that I love, you got I hold purity in high esteem. And then you got I regard all altars. What is wrong with my voice? I regard all altars with respect. Okay, so there's a sense of like really needing to believe in yourself, really needing to cleanse yourself constantly. Wake up with the intent to devote yourself to being clear so that you can really generate what it is that you are meant to live with and riches in your heart, you know, because this has to do with beliefs a lot, you know. This has to do with beliefs and how your beliefs in your own divine self can take you towards your destiny, and can not only that but help you in staying in flow with that, in flow with the right path, because you can know what you want to do, you can know what you desire and the life you desire, but if you're not clear enough, if you are constantly living with the energy of other people and other environments that are not of you, then you may not experience this experience fully, and you may always feel left out and feel empty, even when what you always wanted is presented to you. You may not even be able to like react in the way that you divinely would. So this is more about allowing yourself to believe that what you desire is real, but most importantly that you are real and that you deserve to hold yourself to a higher standard. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit on this for a little bit, and then I'll come back and see if there's anything else I can provide for you, but then I will read to you from the booklet of the deck that I got, okay? So you get more clarity. So, Aries, you should know that you will most of you will most likely reach a point where you're like, holy shit, I really got to a place that I've always wanted to be in, and maybe even better than I dreamed of, you know. There's this sense of like it's almost like you're completely believing that like life is just not gonna show up for you, but really it's the fact that you're learning how to show up for yourself, and how that in itself is allowing you to be the power that you truly are, to live in flow with who you truly are. Because this, you know what, I'm just going to read what this says so that I don't keep babbling and get too in depth like I did not want to do. Okay, are you ready for this? Because this is literally what I was fucking saying. In learning how to cleanse, activate, and purify our life force centers, we accelerate our awareness and ascension into higher learning. Esteeming purity aligns with knowing the body to be a temple, a sacred space which must be cared for and valued as the house our wisdom and spirit occupy, because, as the great William Blake once wrote, if the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is, infinite. Okay, and that literally goes very well into the next card. I regard all altars with respect, because that card has a lot to do with your beliefs and what beliefs you value to nourish you every day. And you know, this talks about you being your own temple and the importance in cleansing your temple so that you can get in touch with the confidence you need to live and flow with the life you truly desire. Okay, so wait, I almost forgot to read the other card. Okay, so let me just find prayer. Okay, this can also, I wanted to say, this can also speak on the fact that this year you may be going through a time where cleansing yourself and being in your purest form of self is going to guide you towards a higher belief of yourself. You may experience new beliefs and encounter new ways to devote to living an intentional life. Okay, so I'll finish you off with this. It says, regardless of religion or tradition, the area of the altar is a place where a microcosm manifests. Each individual mind is a mirror. Each ritual is a reflection. Altars honor the masters of mind and the elemental powers that fuel each unique expression of divinity. Okay, so may you get completely in touch with your divinity and find the power in rejuvenation so that you may get closer to that part of yourself. Okay, Aries? So thank you for listening. Okay. Taurus. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let me get prepared for you. Okay, Taurus. So this year you might be taking a step back from being present in the lives of other people, or it's like you're taking a step back, like you're kind of like taking your own time, or you're being called this year to take your own time because you may be more susceptible to blowing up, or you notice that you're more prone to blowing up or speaking from a place of emotional unbalance. You're going through a journey this year of learning the middle path, the balance of heart and mind, so that you may be able to speak and write the story of your life with sincerity, but also being kind. You have the I am kind card here. Then you have I speak with sincerity. Then you have knowledge, fairy magic, 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the Hermit. I just read that backwards, by the way, that I went from the last card. So the first card is the Hermit card. So you're going through a journey of shedding light on what is really going on within you. You know, you're taking a step back to be curious about what more can you learn about yourself, so that you can be more in balance and create a life that you feel joyous and that you feel complete, and that you can really be present with, you know, no worries, with strength, with no need to feel like you need to hide. Okay, so you are probably going through a time of like hiding and feeling or shutting down, but essentially this is a journey of coming across a knowledge of joy and what it is really that can help you feel centered enough to speak honestly, but to speak with true emotion, you know, because if you're at a time in your life where you feel maybe there's no other place to go but to just run away, I just feel like this like detachment, this feeling of just wanting to run away, but essentially you know that you're walking towards a path of knowledge, of emotional intelligence, and that in itself is helping you learn how to live in your truth. Okay, so let me just take all of this in, see if there's anything else I can bestow upon you, and then I will read from the booklet of the deck that I ordered. Okay, so yeah, it's almost like maybe you feel really just tired and run down because maybe what you surrounded yourself with just isn't, you realize it isn't what you really want. And so it's almost like, you know, you're tired and you're tired of it affecting your life. You're probably tired of, you know, reacting in ways that you know don't serve you, so that's why you back off sometimes. So it's important to take time this year to take advantage of that time that you're taking away, And instead of shutting off, finding the power that you are, so that you can allow yourself to accept what is really happening within you, so that you can speak from a place of sincerity and be able to surrender to life's virtue. And this essentially is going to give you a sense of like a stronger sense of life, because you are awakening your vitality. So it's almost like you're coming from a completely different space, and at the end of the year you will be transforming. This is really similar energy. I'm not gonna be surprised if this keeps going throughout each sign, but it's almost like you're at the bottom, and throughout the year just gonna like skyrocket, because it's almost like we're going through, well, and I have my yin yang shirt on, it's like we're going through extreme opposites this year. And wow, this is crazy. But yeah, you're awakening your vitality, and you need to give yourself that space, because you know you're exhausted of not being yourself. Okay, so you're awakening a light within you that is going to make you feel alive. Okay, all right, I'm gonna read this out to you, and I'll leave you with that. Okay, also, this may be about being kind to yourself. You may be like, this shutting off may be like you're not allowing yourself to live. Okay, so take it as it resonates, but either way, you are awakening your vitality and accepting being kind to yourself, and being able to react to your life and what you surround yourself with sincerity and kindness. Okay, so remember that. Remember to, in moments where maybe you feel really out of balance with your emotions, and you're just like, I really don't want to feel this way, and you turn to maybe self-destruction and stuff like that, you know, remember to be kind to yourself and take advantage of that space that you have for yourself. Because if you're gonna run away from feeling alive, then you might as well take that time to learn, what more ways can I feel alive, because maybe those ways before just were not working out. You know, there's a reason why you may feel exhausted and needing to detach so chronically, you know. Okay, I just wanted to let you know that. All right, Taurus, so I'll leave you with this, which really sums up what I was trying to interpret here. Dark words spin webs of deceit, and lies will eventually trap you in your own delusions and illusions. The genesis birthed from a lie can culminate the death of a star, extinguishing the potential for light in the dark density of dishonesty. If you wax poetic instead of waning with insincerity, you allow momentum to carry your journey forward. However, if you choose to remain fluent in darkness, the downward spiral will continue until you become fully and wholly aware of your choices. So remember, I want to remind you that the hermit has to do with a journey and light, a journey towards your inner light. Okay, this is way too accurate for me to even fucking... Alright, so I'll leave you with this one. Taurus. Our words map the territories we forge with our intentions. Our inner fire is what nourishes our soul and protects our inner light. Okay, so I hope that gave you the push towards your light, Taurus, okay? All right. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. All right, Gemini, let me prepare for you. Okay, Gemini. So this year you may be more attentive than usual towards the fruits of your life, or more attentive towards the things that you surround yourself with. This could very much be specifically people, and the worth that you attach to people, or the reflection of your worth through other people. Maybe you feel that there's certain behaviors or things that are not of you, that you're just like, this is not for me. Or this could be like you're so determined to make something work, and you're just really being called to like create harmony with something that has to do with other people. I keep getting the message of taking a mental break, or like there's just a lot of like discord. There's a lot of like friction, a lot of like trying really hard, and this can manifest through, you know, actual arguments, actual fights, but essentially it just feels like you're really defending something, and like there's just something more deep within you and whoever you're dealing with that has nothing to do with either of you. And it's like you're learning the balance, or learning how to create harmony, so that you can both feel, or you and whatever group of people you may live with. This can definitely be home, or roommates that you live with, partners that you live with. But it's like you're going through a time this year of learning, or creating harmony, because you know you can always do your part, and you should always do your part. But okay, so let me just start off as well by mentioning the cards here. So we have the 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. We have a contact card. This has to do with contact with another person. The Worthy card. Have I create harmony. And then here you have I consume only my fair share. Okay, so I consume only my fair share has to do with overconsumption, and I create harmony. So maybe you're just trying too hard to create harmony between you and someone else, or a group of people. And again, this feeling of like needing to just back off and taking a mental break, so that you can really observe. Like that this is a time of observation, really. Like you're going through a time of observation. You're being more attentive to what it is you're really surrounding yourself with, and also what place you have within that. So it's like how do I say this? So it's like you're going through a time of observing not just your outside, but within you, what it is that you have within you, so that you can be in harmony, so that when you come in contact with these people, there is a sense of safety, instead of needing to fight for your spot, for your validation and recognition, you know. Because it's like there's this sense of feeling trapped, like you're just no longer living in the world that you thought you created. And it's like there's just way too, I feel like this just, it's almost like I feel really mentally exhausted. Like this it feels like this really took over your inner peace. And so you're coming out of a comfort zone to get in touch with your clarity, so that you understand what it is that you want to keep nourishing and what is really worthy here, you know. Who is worthy? What places are worthy? Is the home that you chose to live in worthy of your constant insisting of everything needing to be a certain way, or people needing to be a certain way, or this definitely has to do with people. But yeah, I don't want to babble too long, but that's what this really feels like. It's like you're finding what is really worth it, and you're needing to take a step back, a mental break, so that you can find inner peace and see what can you create, so that there is complete balance and harmony in the space that you deem to be your safety, your security. Okay, so I'm gonna see what else I can gather and see if there's anything else I can say, and then I'll just finish it off with, again, the booklet of this deck I got. Okay, Gemini, so I create harmony. This card is about seeing what something consists of. In this case, yourself. I think this is talking about yourself. What do you consist of? And accepting that, learning those things, and creating harmony from that, knowing that you are not broken, that this is more about self-mastery, you know, creating harmony from what you already are. So this is way too long. I'm just trying to choose like one little paragraph to read. Harmony can be found or created when we actively seek the relationship between realms of consciousness, matter, and mind by looking for the sustenance within each substance. It is the music of the matrix, if you will. As we move through each day, archetypal alchemical awareness can be the sheet music from which our life's lyrics emerge. The melody of the mind made manifest in this awareness offers the opportunity to relate more deeply to time and all that exists within the spaces of terrestrial and beyond. With these keys, new doors open and the creative will is empowered through activation and resonance. The universal music you transmit can be experienced by all, harmony found in your very own choir of conscious cognizance. So it's almost like, you know, like I said before, you already have something within you that you are needing to find inner peace with, and then, you know, trying so hard to have someone else do that or other people do that. You know, it's just there need the focus needs to be brought back to all that you are consisting of, and seeing how when it is time for you to walk away and become in harmony with yourself, and when it's time to actually, you know, have a good time with people, and you know, because it's almost like y'all need to figure your own shit out by yourselves, so that you guys can live in the security and safety that you created, you know. because it's almost like it's an unnecessary thing. Not to say that like maybe what you have gone through together is meaningless, but it's almost like there's no need to fight. You're just out of balance with yourself, and you're seeing what is worthy to stay and what really you need to put effort in, you know. So it's about knowing where to start and where to end that, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense. I hope I am. But if you know when to interject yourself with sincerity, this is really difficult to explain right now. Hold on. Okay, so when you allow yourself to know where you begin and when another person where you end and where another person begins, you're able to see what is really worthy of your effort. In this case, what is really worthy? Creating peace and security and happiness, or creating discord and you know, trying so hard to prove yourself, trying so hard to stand up for yourself, when obviously you're fighting your own fight, you know, and this may not have anything to do with the other person, is what I'm saying, or the other people involved. So to finish this off, this is mainly about choosing to create more harmony in the home or within your own safety, so that you can tend to your garden, essentially tend to your garden, and be able to create more safety from that, to create the true experience that you wanted, that you know that is worthy to have with this person, these people. But you're needing to come out of a comfort zone, essentially. Okay, so I consume only my fair share. I had read this for another card. In looking at the lesson, I consume only my fair share, we must ask if what we are consuming or consumed by feeds creation or nourishes destruction, and if we are overindulging by feeding the ego instead of nourishing the soul. Consumption encompasses more than food. It carries over to metaphorical manna, the nourishment of the spirit that permeates all living beings. The scales of truth are balanced when the weight of your shared intends to satisfy your pure desire instead of devour the density of darkness. When your desires glow from a space in the heart, that light is shared and felt by all. Okay, so also be the worthiness that you want to surround yourself with, okay? This sense of other people, it's always going to be, you know, a reflection when you're dealing with other people. So it's important to always tend to your own garden, mind your own business, work on yourself, create harmony within yourself, so that you are consuming the right amount of happiness in the right places and people, and the right amount of transformation of, you know, cycles that are ready to end, because this lack of inner peace is only going to deteriorate your garden. Okay, so I hope that that gave you the power to keep nourishing yourself throughout 2022, Gemini, okay? Okay. Gemini, Cancer. Cancer. I'm preparing for you. Okay, Cancer. So, first of all, this is really good. I'm proud of you. This is really good. Anyways, you got the Ace of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, the Prayers card, Sexuality card, I give blessings, and I am peaceful. There's this energy here of like feeling or being within this space of clarity, emotional clarity, and that giving you the strength to like create in a way that like you're able to, like, it's like I get this sense of like you're so happy that you would be willing to give to even someone that you may not be like all that open to. It's like there's a sense of happiness because it's like a prayer that you had was heard. It's like this opportunity or this clarity that you got, this light bulb moment that you got, gave you the opportunity to work on something that will fulfill you emotionally, and that you feel confident and like you're just like emotionally fulfilled, and you're able to have this sense of peace because you know it's almost like I'm going to give this away because I know it can come back to me. It's like, you know, trusting in time and trusting in your abundance and receptivity. But it's like this is only mental right now, and you're just starting to work on it, and you did already make that prayer. You did already send out to the universe what it is that you want. But the thing is that you are creating it. Like, you're taking the responsibility and accountability to do that yourself instead of having that being given to you. You're the one giving. You're the one creating something for yourself where you're so happy that you're just like, you get $1, you get $1, you get $1. So this is beautiful. This is pretty beautiful. This is probably the easiest one I've read so far, because literally, like, what else do I need to tell you? It's like, and it's not like you're perfect, you know. It's not like, you know, because you still have, like I said, this has been created in the ethers for you. This is a more of an idea, a light bulb moment that brought you to start something, to work on something, the details of something where, you know, that are gonna bring you fulfillment. It's important to not get too comfortable though. Be careful to overlook certain things, you know, really tend to your garden, as I said with Gemini. Because there's this sense of like fulfillment, but be careful that it's not about like quick validation, like something quick, you know, or be careful to not be too quick to fill someone else's cup, you know, when, you know, enjoy it for yourself. Don't share it all and not leave some for yourself as well, you know. This is your hard work, and it takes a lot of emotional intelligence to, you know, to be centered in that, to be receptive to the life that you want to create and the person that you you want to be and to exist in creation. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can gather any more messages for you, and then I will read out your closing out messages. Also, be careful if you do not want to get pregnant. Be careful, because there's a lot of like this sense of like being pregnant with life and like, you know, being able to give. So it's important that you keep that in mind if you're not trying to get pregnant, because you may be very, very fertile. Okay, so the I give blessings card. The pure embodiment of I give blessings is to remember to share blessings with all, in all ways, even to those you may not at first deem worthy or worth it, because judgment is left to the next journey. Keep your heart light by removing the veil of judgment and loving all, free of the lens of separation. So yeah, it's like your receptivity is allowing you to connect more. I was hearing some weird noises. I'm here alone and I'm scared. It's nighttime. Anyways. Yeah, it's like you're feeling a sense of like not like there's no separation. Like you're so receptive to the nourishment that you're acquiring from this work. So it's like you're still knowing where your heart ends and where another begins, and that's the healthy part of this. But then there's a sense of like non-separation of like what you are giving. So be careful with that, but give blessings, because you know, why not? If you have it and you feel so fucking joyful to do so, then give, even to those, like it said, even to those you may not even deem worthy. But because this is about you, this is about your authenticity, your truth, you know, this is who you are. You know, you are a receptive and giving person, and to shut that off would be against your time. I think that sounds right with what I'm feeling, because it's like you're having faith in time and what you do within that time. Like you have this sense of peace because it's like there's this sense of security. There's a sense of peace with time, and so giving will essentially, you understand that essentially just adds on to your garden, you know? So you're focusing on that peace and sharing it, really. So, okay, I am peaceful. It is essential. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm gonna read this out. Hold on. Peace is ease with the dream of creativity and faith in knowing every why will be answered within the hourglass of time. So maybe you're questioning, why the fuck did your prayer get answered so quickly? How are you able to just like give and give? That may not resonate with all of you, but there's this sense of that. Be careful though, like I said before, to not let like that effort or that willingness to give, don't let that come in between what you're really trying to create, because there's a sense of like There's a dream here. There's a dream here that you are fulfilling. And yes, that giving is nourishing that dream, but like I said, leave some for yourself as well. And don't forget about your dream. Don't forget about your dream, because you are not only what you offer. You are not only what you give, okay? I feel like there's something else that I need to tell you, but let me see if I find something here. Okay, so I'll leave you with this, Cancer. We cannot control the current on which time moves, but we can control how we navigate the tides through our thought, breath, and emotional responses. If an intention for anything is set in the heart, the universe will respond, and the correspondence that will be communicated back to you will follow the truth at the root of your desire. Follow your dream. Keep that peace and balance of your emotions that are really, really aiding you in this. But tend to your garden. Don't forget to eat your fruits, because they are nourishing you. They are aiding in your ability of more creation, because essentially you asked to be able to have the clarity to create, and you have the opportunity now. Okay, so Cancer, be your dream. I'm coming for you, Leo. I'm coming for you. You thought that I forgot about you. I'm preparing for you. Okay, Leo, so let's start off by this. So you have the Justice reversed, 10 of Wands, the Surfacing card, the Faith card reversed, and then you have I advance through my own abilities, and then I respect the property of others. Okay, so there's this sense that this is honestly, this may have to do with a certain relationship, a certain connection you have with a certain individual, like a certain one person. Whatever this may be, whether this is a relationship with yourself or another person, there's burden coming from this, but then again, it just feels like you're carrying things that are not yours. You're not living right by yourself, or maybe this year you're just questioning, like, where the fuck did my happiness go? Where the fuck did my belief in life go? Like, it's almost like all that you see in the surface is your disbelief. Like, just like, what do I even do? You know, like, it's like you're literally not even able to choose. But this has to do with like knowing what's yours and what's not. Like, this really connects to the previous message for Cancer. This I respect the property of others card. It's raining. It's like know what you're carrying, you know, and respect what others have to carry. And this Justice reversed card, it's like you're not able to choose your truth. It's like you're not able to, because you're carrying too much. You have you you there's a sense of like not having boundaries. You're like, you may be going through a time of confusion. Literally, you're like confused because there's too much that is not of you surrounding you, and it's like it's awakened this sense of like defensiveness of uh why me. It's like, why me? Like you feel doomed basically. But this has a lot more to do with your ability to like just observe the clarity of your vessel, observe the clarity of your ability to choose that there is a point in having faith. Give me a second. Okay, Leo, this may also speak of some of you may be choosing to choose. Okay, some of you may be overstepping other people's boundaries. Some of you may be trying to fix someone else, and by that you're taking on things that are not of you, that are not for you to deal with. Okay, and in this, it's like if you're dealing with someone else's stuff that is not for you to fix, there's no way for you to fix that. So it's like you're taking on burdens that, you know, are making you feel like you're unable, or like there's like no sense of belief that like you can be clear, that you can transform or like move on towards being healthier and clearer and more authentic and present. So it's like there's this sense of like overstepping boundaries, like this may be you working too hard with someone that's like overstepping your boundaries, or you're trying to fix someone, and that's why there's a sense of like burden, like this heaviness, that may be, you know, overstepping your own boundaries. But this may be different for a lot of you, but essentially this is about the fact that on the surface there's this sense of like giving up basically, because you feel like it doesn't, like you're to the point that you know that this isn't going anywhere. It isn't going anywhere, or that the more you step into where you don't belong, the more unclear you are to make just decisions. And even if you're not able to make those decisions now, work towards or create within what you can sift through, what you can work with. What is it that you can work with within yourself? That's where you're gonna find light. That's where you're going to find full embodiment, instead of like this confusion and emptiness and giving up, you know. Okay, so I feel like that's most of what I can say right now. I'll see if I can gather something else, and I'll leave you guys with the last message. Okay, Leo. Listen to this. Yeah. Alright. One must remember the root of each desire we wish to advance toward and ask if it is aligned with love or with fear. When a desire is fear-based, it may cause sinful actions such as lies, deceit, cheating, and the use of darker forces, which ultimately stain the spirit, weigh down the heart, and lose the light of divine harmony in the void of ego's need for validation. However, if a desire is based in love, then we are in tune with nature's song, the will of mianishatt, the lightness of being, and the visionary state of virtue. The infinite expansiveness of imagination allows for heaven on earth as we find faith in our own abilities. Do you see like the synchronicities in this? Anyways, the infinite expansiveness of imagination allows for heaven on earth as we find faith in our own abilities. Love being the will of the divine. Creativity being the soul expressed in such a way that allows every spirit to soar toward freedom with a feather heart liberated from fear of judgment. So remember that this is about respecting the process of another person, and how essentially you are respecting yourself. Respect yourself first, by releasing what isn't yours, the burdens that are not yours to deal with. And in turn, you respect the other person's process of processing all of that and fixing themselves. It isn't your place to fix anyone. Okay? And it's like, okay, where it says where it says heaven on earth. All right, so this feeling of not having faith anymore, it's like I said, it's like you literally given up, like, why me, so essentially you are this year bringing back that faith in life, and faith in your ability to advance and allow others to advance as well. Okay? So, advance through your own abilities, Leo. And in turn, you allow others to advance by respecting that process of yourself. You're respecting whoever you're dealing with, whatever you're dealing with, okay? You are more than spending time carrying lives that are not yours, okay? Life is about process, I'm gonna stop babbling before I get too deep into this, because this is whoever this is for. If this really resonated with you, please hit me up, because I would love to help you with this, honestly, okay? All right, thank you, Leo. Virgo. Let me prepare. Okay, Virgo. So, this year, you are realizing your specialty. You're realizing you're special. And you're needing to work through some energies of like looking over your shoulder, pretty much, feeling like you need to protect something. I feel like there's a sense of needing to protect your true desires, the desires of, you know, how do I say this, you know, the desires that you've had since you were little, the desires, the fires that have lived within you, of the dreams, the things that you desire, that you have always wanted to live with, you know, to the things that you always desire to make you feel alive, that you know that would make you feel alive, that you know would have you in this state of wholeness and infinite abundance. You're going through a time of like really breaking down those walls of fears, anything that can be weighing you down. You're learning how to tame this, and this definitely has to do with emotions. Learning how to tame emotions, learning where these emotions are coming from in the first place, because this is far, far more rooted. This is far, far more profound, because it's something that's always existed within you that wants to live. And you know, you're just like, so you're probably overprotective of it, and this year you're learning how to tame these parts of you so that they can exist in a way that does not, so that they can exist in its truest colors, you know. Give me a second. So, can you trust yourself to be peaceful for you? Can you trust yourself to live the life you desire? Can you trust yourself? Can you stop looking over your shoulder? You know, yes, you can. You can. And you are. This year, you are. You got the Page of Wands, Nine of Wands, Frequency Shift, Starseed. I remain in balance with my emotions, and I can be trusted. Okay? So this Starseed card is a lot about the fact, like I said, knowing that you are special, because you have something colorful to offer. Doesn't, not meaning that you're special better than other people, but special in that you have something unique to offer. And it has a lot to do with trust. You're learning this year, Virgo, to gain a sense of taming something within you so that your surroundings can trust you, and so that when you trust yourself, your surroundings can trust you, so that you can exist authentically and truthfully. Okay? There's very heavy energy here, though. This isn't just about having a hard time not looking over your shoulder, having a hard time not trusting in your abilities or your specialty. Thing is that it's heavy, and there's like a big change that's gonna happen. You did get the Tower card that clarified that when I was shuffling earlier. So that frequency shift card doubles, because you're breaking down walls, or you're building up walls. You're building boundaries, healthy boundaries, so that you're able to trust yourself. There's this sense of like, maybe turning to obsessive thoughts, like this sense of like not feeling safe, like needing to like feeling like you needing to protect something so much. Like it can create situations where you're like obsessive over this, like, you know, paranoid. This at this point it could be really bad paranoia of like someone maybe feeling like someone or something is really holding you back, but really truly it is you who is the power that will learn this year to be tamed. Okay, so let's see what else I can gather here, and then I will leave you with your last messages. Okay, Virgo, you must know that you are worthy, and this anxiety that you feel, this what's the word? This urgency to protect is, you know, you're very right to protect it, because that's the thing, that it's that special, because it's your truth, you know. You're protecting your truth, and maybe you don't know this right now, because maybe there is anxiety of like not believing in yourself, or like maybe thinking, you know, whatever it is that's holding you back, thinking maybe that it's not worth it, or like you're not worthy of it, or it's not possible. Oh, it's fucking possible, and you're about to break the fuck free this year. But yeah, you should know that you're protecting it this much because it is that special. I feel like you need to know that it's special, that what you have to offer, or what you are, your truth, is special. It isn't just anything, you know. Okay, so sorry. I remain in balance with my emotions. Okay, so let me read this. Remaining in balance with emotions can be a challenge. The head and the heart can at times be in opposition with each other. This harmony is a full spectrum. The harmony of the balance of your emotions is a full spectrum of sound, color, feeling, and vibration, encompassing the notes on the scales of experience. The light heart in relationship to a balanced set of emotions appreciates this all without attachment. The mind provides memory to serve as a teacher, a greater lens of awareness for a reality, but it too does not attach to expectations, notions of wrong, or thoughts with ill intention for the darker notes on this infinite scale. I remain in balance with my emotion is a reminder to cultivate a consistent relationship between the feather-like heart and the objective mind, and to further apply I live in truth in daily practice. Like I said, your truth is what is special here, that you are probably subconsciously protecting. You know, maybe it was threatened back then. Maybe whatever threatened you back then caused this imbalance. But you're not anymore, because you're learning how to trust yourself, okay? So I can be trusted. Let me find what to tell you. Listen to this. Living always in the light of truth can be challenging in modern times. To attain awareness and protect your values while still being present in the world requires a balanced skill. Okay, so for you to be able to trust yourself, you know, To trust yourself, you have to live within your values and be present in them. Because maybe, you know, if you're, maybe this is like this Nine of Wands energy of like looking over your shoulder, that maybe this is you shutting yourself down. Like maybe you're actively talking to yourself in ways that really show that you do not trust yourself and your capability to even create that balance so that you can exist in this complete abundance that you are. Because this is one of the clarification cards, but the Empress, bro, the Empress, like, that is what you're becoming after nourishing this, your dreams, your, you know, not dreams as in the cup suit, the water, which has to do with emotion. The wands is fire. The wands is the first impulse before the thought and action comes, you know. So nourish that specialty. And I forgot what I was saying, but that's the whole fucking point. Okay, for you to trust yourself, you have to nourish those values, nourish that specialty. Okay, and that will create the balance that you need. Okay. All right, so May 2022, Virgo. May you become a fucking yin yang. Okay. All right, Virgo, Libra. Why are you doing this to yourself? All right, just kidding. You got the Moon card. You got the Four of Cups. You got the Up card. Look up, bitch. You got the Right card. So many of you got this fucking card. I consume only my fair share. And then you got I embrace the all. You're not looking up. There's something being offered to you, and you're just holding on to this reality that is just not okay. You're meant to transform from something, and you're just like refusing. So the main thing here is this Four of Cups to me, because this is the main energy that you may be existing through the beginning of the year, feeling like it's almost like you're holding on to something, or holding on to a certain kind of existence in your emotional body. It's like you're creating this sense, these situations to feel a certain way, and it's like you're not aware that like that in itself is constricting you from like going towards change and like, you know, growing. I feel like I did not make sense, but it's like, you know, holding on to something that does not serve you anymore. But this is a sense of a reality, like something that you may not be aware of, which is the whole thing. It's like there's a sense of needing to accept and recognize what is truly there, what is really happening. There's like cloudiness, there's like you're creating this fear, because you don't want this reality to be shut down. You don't want to, because you're afraid of like going down a path where you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, you're afraid of changing because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how you're gonna do that. You don't know what you're capable of being at the end of that journey, you know. But what you need to know, these two cards are really important here, up and right. Right is about writing. It could be about anything, but to me right now, this feels about writing your truth, writing your story, writing the power of being able to write your life story truthfully, with your fucking chin up. You know, this isn't just about being willing to exist within joy and gratefulness of like what life has to offer, but also like looking up to, looking up for more possibilities. This is a sense of like, you know, this is like maybe you're feeling fearful of your ability to transform, or like where you can end up. But the thing is that you're being asked to embrace all that you have right now, and understand that you're the one writing it. It's not like something is like, you know, all set there. You know, it's you creating this life. So there's nothing to be afraid of, because it's not like you're gonna be shut off. And if you are shut off from certain things, trust that it was meant to be that way. Embrace the all. But remember, this is like, how much farther can you go on consuming a reality that may not be just affecting you in a negative way or not letting you grow, but, you know, it's like shutting off your inner child, pretty much. I was gonna start talking about maybe this can affect other people or whatever, but fuck that. This is like your dreams and the fire that fuels you is way more important than whatever you're trying to withhold so hard, so urgently, that is not serving you. Embrace what's truly there. I consume only my fair share. Overconsumption. Again, it's like this sense of like overconsumption of this reality that it's like you're trapping yourself. Like, what can grow? Libra. No. You are the creator. You are the fucking author. Bro, what are you? No, get your fucking head out of your ass. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Get your head out of your ass. You can do it. You're meant to. You're on your way there. This is the path, but you just gotta trust. You can't see what the fuck is gonna happen, but you're creating from yourself. What is there to be afraid of? There's no strangefulness. There's no not like, you're not a stranger to yourself. Like, yes, we go through life learning who we are, but what is there to be afraid of if it's just you? Embrace yourself. I feel like this is like way more harsher than any other fucking reading I did, but it's like, I feel like I have to. But I'm not gonna keep doing that to you, so, because I feel like you got the fucking message. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read out to you your last closing messages. Yeah. Okay, so I've read this. I think this is the 4th time I've read this. But anyways, in looking at the lesson, I consume only my fair share. We must ask if we are consuming or consumed by. That's that's the fucking word, right? Those are the words right there. Consumed by. Don't be consumed by a reality that is not free and flow enough for you to fucking grow. Or consumed by, feeds creation or nourishes destruction. Alright, let me just fucking start over. In looking at the lesson, I consumed only my fair share. We must ask if what we are consuming or consumed by feeds creation or nourishes destruction, and if we are overindulging by feeding the ego instead of nourishing the soul. Consumption encompasses more than food. It carries over to metaphorical manna, the nourishment of the spirit that permeates all living beings. The scales of truth are balanced when the weight of your share intends to satisfy a pure desire instead of devour the density of darkness. When your desires glow from a space in the heart, that light is shared and felt by all. Go eat somewhere else. You deserve to eat something different. You deserve to exist within something different, you know. Stop resisting this transformation and embrace. You deserve it. So maybe you don't know what you want. Maybe you've lived so much within this reality that doesn't serve you that you have no idea, or you need to reconnect back to that fire within you. Okay, the invisible patterns, this is the embrace the all. The invisible patterns that govern intelligent design reveal their geometry in nature, the cosmos, and the varying degrees of consciousness you ascend toward as you learn and find your vision by experiencing the all. Find your reality by allowing all to exist. There's something you're not seeing here. Once you begin to see this pattern, the idea of embracing this ideal becomes manifest in awareness of the concept that creation created you to be creative. There is no room to create in a space that you're literally constricting yourself. All is within, but also without. And if you look to beyond the surface, you can appreciate this pattern with your every breath. You are the cosmos made conscious, and this moment is but one chapter in a story that never ends. And may you realize you are that power that writes your fucking story. Okay? Alright, Libra. Now we go to Scorpio. Let me see Scorpio. Let me see what's up. Scorpio. Man, this seems like there's people, a group of people, friends specifically, maybe people you live with. This could be roommates. There's this sense of like needing to break off from this group not being for you anymore. Or this could also be you blocking yourself from existing in community, allowing community to add to your fruits, add to your nourishment. There's this sense of like just a loss of desire or a loss of life in that area of your life. Like that area of friends and abundance through sharing and friendship. But it's like there's this blockage. Maybe that is the blockage, or maybe if this has to do with the fact that you may be cleansing yourself from a group of people, this group of people or you in this group of people kind of became unclear, and like you were trying to put effort to make it be something that it was just not meant to be, which in turn just kept you up at night, just has had you and may have you in a state of like imbalance in health. Like maybe you will have trouble sleeping, like there's a sense of like maybe the mind being too loud. So moving away and cleansing yourself from these people or this idea that you're not meant to exist with people, or that you can't coexist with people, you know. But I feel like this is more of letting go of people that just aren't willing to work it out with you. Either way, there's something changing here, okay? You have the Three of Cups reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, rejuvenation, frequency shift, I do good, and I affirm that all life is sacred. So maybe needing to realize that you were meant to go through this because there was a lesson in this, but essentially you're needing to heal. You're needing to do good by you. But this is a little bit confusing to me though. There's this need to be willing to be open to others' existence or process, even if they're not being honest or sincere. There's this sense of like needing to accept the like what is happening for you to be able to move on, because the more the energy that I feel most here is like no, this can't be happening. You know, this freaking out of like how, like, again, am I again having to go through releasing people from my life when I tried so hard to have it be a certain way between us, you know? Where there is not life, you know, there's only going to be decay and destruction. There's not going to be any chance of it growing. But you're really needing to let go of this anxiety first of all, because this may not even be about letting go of people. This may be about letting go of the expectations of people, and just allowing people to exist as they truly are, you know. But again, there's just this focus. This is a lot about the anxiety to do with the situation in your life surrounding community, people, connection, allowing others to exist within their own authentic process and their own pace. And knowing that you can trust yourself even when others show you that they're untrustworthy, you know. knowing that you have the ability to rejuvenate yourself and remove yourself from where good is not being done unto you, or where you find yourself not being able to do good unto others, not letting them have the space to exist authentically. Taking a step back would be essential, obviously, but this is more of like, why are you still somewhere, or why are you still surrounding yourself with people that you have already recognized make you feel empty or bring just anxiety to you? You're creating a new sense of safety, a new sense of, just as I looked up, I saw 555. You're changing out of wherever, you're creating more safety. You're creating maybe a home. Maybe you're moving out. Letting go of these people may mean you're moving out, if it is that you're letting go of these people. But then again, there's also a sense of working through this with people, working with people, and creating that safety. But there's a need to let something end. There's a need to let something end that keeps creating like anxiety and stuff like that. So by looking at all of this, the main thing that would be best to do is to focus on the details, or focus on rejuvenating the intricacy of your mindset, because this is just about like your clarity, because there's a difference in coexisting and allowing others to treat you a certain way, and there's a difference in coexisting and doing the work that you have to do for yourself to feel safe. I'm not even sure if that was what I was going to say in the beginning, but I'm just like trying to piece this together, because this seems really complicated. But either way, you're working on healing something, that a part of you that was hurt, a part of you that feels like, you worked hard for something, you tried to keep something up so much, but like, it's like, what was the point if it only gave you heartache? So you're being asked to do good by you this year, to choose to be kind to yourself while accepting the process of others, even if they're not choosing to be kind and do good as you are. I'm gonna see what else I can gather, and then I will read out to you the messages from the deck that I got. I wanted to say that by me saying accept others' processes, even if they're not as kind and as willing to do good by you and themselves, like, I'm not validating any actions that people might have made towards you that weren't kind. It's more in knowing that you are not, that is not of you, and accepting it and being like, okay, well, that's not what I deserve. It's not of me. It doesn't belong to me. I wouldn't react that way. So I'm going to focus on doing what I can for myself and accepting my process and respecting and honoring my process by knowing when to respect another's, so that you can keep living in authenticity instead of like, being too focused and living in way too much anxiety about other people and about what they have done to you and all that. You know, it's not of you, so let it go, you know. It doesn't belong to you, so it isn't fair to you. It isn't kind of you to do that to yourself, you know. Okay, before I keep getting too babbly and lost in it, I'm gonna read it. Okay, Scorpio, so I'll leave you with this. As energy is something that cannot be created, but rather cultivated and transformed, we empower the invisible world by embodying heart-based emotions in our actions, reactions, choices, and connections. With every deed done, time becomes dented with dignity. Human hearts expand farther away from density, and the light of the earth shines brighter than before. That was I Do Good. Now I affirm that all life is sacred. Nature's potions and poisons are equally potent. But with the wisdom of an alchemist, even the most poisonous forms of life can be beneficial when the elements are properly manipulated into a medicine. The same is true when it comes to philosophy and the art of transforming words into golden wisdom. If the light is within you, the light of the world will come alive and reveal itself. If the spirit is refined, the soul will enter. If you embody the ideal sacred life, the foundation of your reality becomes hallowed ground, and celestial consciousness can be seen and received infinitely as you appreciate and affirm the art of your unique expression within what is infinitely expressed from age to age eternally. So again, allowing for others' processes and yours, and knowing that certain negative things you have allowed in your life actually can benefit you, and it's your job to figure out how you can benefit from that. But again, there needs to be some sort of like clarity here, because there's way too much anxiety and mental disorder that is keeping you from accepting doing good by yourself, doing good by you, and accepting others' wrongdoings. Okay, so may you this year do good unto you so you can do good unto others, and accept those who will do good unto you, instead of trying so hard to keep something that was not meant for you. Okay, Scorpio? Okay. Now, Sagittarius. Let me prepare the papa. Let me preparation. Sagittarius. Okay, so there's this sense of like it almost feels like this year you may be learning how to it's almost like you have this this very powerful way of existing. There's a part of you that's very powerful and can maybe be triggering to people. Maybe there's a sense of self that there's this sense of you that like it's expressed way too harshly, or not expressed way too harshly, sorry, that sounds so wrong, that is taken way too harshly by other people, because it's very blunt. This authenticness that you are, it's like you're molding it. It's like you're learning how to express and execute that so that it's not overbearing, because you understand that it's something that you need to work on or create peace with, to embody in a way that is healthy for you, and those who you surround yourself with. Or this may also just be about how nicely, how kind you speak to your inner fires, your inner desires, because it's like maybe that harshness can be inward, because like maybe there's a sense of like overbearing, being unempathetic, unempathic, incompassionate towards yourself and like what you want. Like maybe you're like way too hard on yourself. Like maybe you have gone through power struggles with yourself. But it's like there's this sense of like really strong voice energy that I feel here. Like there's a really strong vocal cord here, of expression that's being molded and worked on. You notice what needs to be worked on, and you've noticed this by knowing what it is. You've noticed this by knowing in what creative force you really want to exist within. Like you realized it, and now you're like, okay, I need time to myself to meditate on this so that I can get what I want, which is truly embodying that authenticity bluntly, without anyone, telling you that you're not meant to be you. But first you have to stop telling that to yourself. Maybe you're being overcritical about how honest you are, and you're just like, why the fuck do I like have such trouble keeping my mouth shut and being fucking wildly honest, Or yeah, it's like, anyways, you got the Page of Wands. So many fucking of you guys have that card too. You got the Devil, the right card. A lot of you guys got that too. Power card. I communicate with compassion, and I do good. Okay, so give me a second. So essentially this energy is a lot about think before you say, and knowing that there's nothing wrong with that power that you have. It's just like, it's just that you're the one with the power to create. With that power, you're the one who attains the power that you're creating with. So do good with that and write a story, go on a journey that is actually, aligned with your true ideas and thoughts, your true expression and authenticity, your true emotions. Because if that isn't ready, then what you express isn't going to be in truth. So do good by you, by communicating with compassion towards yourself, so that you understand that there's power in your creation, and that there's nothing to worry about. There's no reason to, you don't have to be hard on yourself, there's this, you know, there's a lot more that I want to say, but it's just like, I'm not going to get too deep into it. I'm just going to read my phone's going to die anyways. I feel like I'm going to have to record the rest tomorrow, but I'll be back. Okay, so we're going to have to deal with the fact that I have to change the whole fucking angle. I had to get my charger because, you know, I have to finish this. I'm not gonna fucking wake up tomorrow morning and do this. I want to do it today. Anyway, so with the I communicate compassion, it talks about compassion in the suits of the minor arcana and tarot. Okay, and I want to read that out to you. So it's more of like examples of compassion, but it goes so well with what I was saying, so I'm gonna read it anyways. Compassion, like the suit of cups which may be filled and drank from, is a feeling of relationship to the matter at hand. Compassion can be in a thought, like the suit of swords, which communicates its power through action and discernment. Compassion, like the suit of pentacles, can be a sensation in the way of a hug or an expression of affection where matter is met with mindfulness. Compassion, like the suit of wands, is something that can be intuited and expressed through the silent holding of space when it is needed. Okay, and then we have I do good here. Which that one I read before and said, okay. Let me find what's good for you to hear. Okay, listen to me. This isn't just about being kind to yourself and allowing yourself to be compassionate towards yourself, allowing yourself to express yourself compassionately towards yourself and other people. This is not only about that. This is also about not demonizing your desires. Like, I realized this could also really be about something along those lines, because when I first started this, it was like, oh, devil's advocate, being way too brutally honest and blah blah blah. But maybe it's the fact that maybe you're demonizing your wants and desires, or you're working on not demonizing it and letting it just express entirely, uniquely, authentically. Because, you know, some certain times we demonize things that are just way too fucking powerful because we don't know how to fucking tame them. And again, you are the one who creates your power, and demonizing it, it's not going to fucking do anything but keep you in a state of, I mean, what the fuck. This isn't even about looking back though. This is about the fact that you already have started working on that. You have already gone through a, like I said before, a sense of like, you had this moment where you found peace and knowing your true embodiment, and you're just like, okay, I can't keep going demonizing it. I can't keep going and being unkind as fuck to what I really want, you know. So you're starting to work on that. You're just like, unapologetically, I'm gonna be myself. Fucking go, bitch. Better fucking go. Yes. Okay. With every deed done, time becomes dented with dignity. Human hearts expand farther away from density, and the light of the earth shines brighter than before. Shine bright like a diamond. Stop demonizing yourself. You fucking amazing bitch. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and allow for your desires to roam unapologetically. Alright. Sagittarius, Capricornio. Capricornio. Vamos a prepararnos, Capricornio. Let's prepared. You a strong ass bitch, Capricorn. Oh. See? Yes, yes, yes. Alright. I'm gonna just start straight the fuck up. You got the 5 of Cups reversed, 8 of Wands reversed, the Power card, recognition. I follow my inner guidance, and I honor animals with reverence. Okay, I haven't been like open to the clarification cards because it just I don't want to get too deep into this and talk too much, but I need to say this. You got the fucking Emperor. I forget who else it was that I had shown. Oh, Cancer. I had shown them that they had the fucking Empress card, and Cancer is your sister sign, the opposite of you. Anyways, let me not freak out over synchronicities right now. The fucking point is that you... What is it that how do you say? You took back your power. You took back your fucking power. You not only took back your power, but you recognized it, and you were like, I'ma follow that. I need to say that the main thing I need to say is that you learned to respect your animalistic senses. Maybe you felt shame. The main thing here is the fact that you are no longer existing in shame. You're no longer choosing to exist in the ways and you used to react that, you know, you're just not proud of. Whatever it was that created shame and guilt, that the subtle energies of that just are not existing anymore because you chose to fucking govern your sense of self. This year 2022 is about abandoning the ways in which you didn't allow yourself to nourish yourself. You understood that by following your inner guidance and respecting your true desires, that's where you needed to go towards. That's where you understood that you were going to get rid of that that shamefulness, that guilt. There's a word I need to remember. I was not able to retrieve the word in my mind, but we're gonna move on. Let's talk about how you're moving on. You literally fucking let go of just existing in being stuck in the observation and awareness of actions that you're still doing that you're shameful of. It's like you're moving out of that stuck, that sense of being stuck in that, and just overplaying how guilty you feel, how shameful you feel of these reactions, of these ways that were making you feel like you were powerless, like you just did not have any sense of like being right in like your instincts, you know. This has a lot, because you know how animals are just like, you know, they're animalistic, like there's a sense of animalisticness here. There's like, you have understood that there's an animalistic sense inside of you that is wild, and to the rest of the world it can seem overbearing, or like, I don't fucking care anyways, because the fucking, you know, this is about you, and you deserve to honor your instincts, and not feel shameful or guilty about wanting these things. But there was a reason why you felt that shame and guilt, and that aided in your recognition of your power, and in your ability to take control of everything that you are, so that you can execute with power, so that you can execute life shamelessly. You're letting go of shame by recognizing your power. Bitch, you understood the fucking assignment. Not many people can do that, you know. This is amazing. This is amazing. You're letting go of abandoning these desires. You're letting go of feeling empty. You're letting go of not observing the right way, not observing it with clarity. That shamefulness was really making you feel trapped. Okay, so let me just gather my thoughts, and I will share with you the messages from the book. Okay, so I feel like you got the message, and you got the fucking assignment. Okay. I follow my inner guidance. Intuition, in conjunction with all other working parts of the conscious mind, brings total awareness, and through cultivation of awareness and the ideal of inner guidance, we are led to a deepening of awareness of self and the self-strategic relationship to the totality of the all. I feel like that did not make sense the way that I read it, so I'm going to read it again. I'm sorry. Intuition, in conjunction with all other working parts of the conscious mind, brings total awareness, and through cultivation of awareness and the ideal of inner guidance, we are led to a deepening of awareness of self and self-strategic relationship to the totality of the all. And then I honor animals with reverence. I already told you like my interpretation of that, which, I mean, this still relates to that, but I really wanted to make that clear, because that was like the main message that I got when I pulled these cards out. Anyways, in embodying the ideal of treating all animals with reverence, we find a vision of every life as something to be cherished, and a magic behind every life force, no matter how big or small. Through observation of and respect for the unique, listen to the fucking words I'm saying very carefully. Through observation and through observation of and respect for the unique characteristics of each individual animal spirit, we can allow the opportunity to relate to and apply the archetypal energy each embodies to the fractal design of our soul's personality. And removing... Okay, I'm just going to stop it there. I'm proud of you. I am very proud of you. And I need to say no more. Because you fucking understood the assignment, and I just want to watch you keep recognizing your power. Okay? Capricorn. Shit. Alright. Aquarius.
Aquario. I'm coming for you.
Okay. Aquarius. This is very similar to a couple of the other ones. This has to do with not giving into your recklessness anymore. Instead of being impulsive and probably not being nice or respectful of others, instead of doing that, you are choosing to tame yourself and live in an expression that is firm and doesn't search to subconsciously belittle others. There's a sense of like being not so respectful of other people because of it's again this sense of needing to think before speaking. You're going through a wake-up call pretty much of in regards to do with that, in regards to like acting respectfully and not invading, not invading, not losing your power in not being clear, or like let me gather my thoughts. Okay, actually I feel like you are choosing now to be honest about where it was that you tainted your power by maybe being invasive in other people's power. It's kind of a feeling of like, it almost feels like a person that tries to take power over other people because they don't have any power over themselves. Aquarius could learn from Capricorn's energy, because this is very much like kind of the opposite, where there's this sense of not being aware to a certain extent. I mean, now you're becoming open to these things that I don't know, it could be fantasies, there's just unclarity, delusions. You're being open and honest about that, and honest about how that took your power away, and how through that you maybe willingly or subconsciously tried to take the power from other people. You're accepting that maybe there was one person that there was an attachment to, or a feeling of like not being free from imagination of this with a person. This has to be, because this has to do with like communicating with compassion and conversing with awareness. You have, I'm not sure if I remember that I showed you guys, but you have the 10 of Pentacles, King of Swords, Power card. This card has come out so many times. Contact card has to do with contact with another person. I communicate with compassion, reversed, and I act respectfully of others. I feel like this is blurry. Anyways, doesn't matter. Yeah, there's a sense of like not being reckless anymore, because you are choosing to be honest about what you truly are able to provide, because there's a sense of self-worth here. Yeah, of course, because this has to do with your power, but this is a little bit confusing, but overall it has to do with the fact that 2022 you will most likely learn how much more can you respect others and not invade or try to take their power to make yourself feel full or satisfied, or letting go of being an asshole. Some of you might really be learning how to not be an asshole and to just be upfront and honest about what you really want, knowing that power lies in having your needs met in a healthy way instead of forcing it in very, very toxic ways. There's something else that this is about that that's not clicking right now, so give me a sec. Also, I should say, I feel like some of you may be meeting someone this year that will help you feel safe to be honest about where you haven't been honest, or where you haven't been the greatest person, or where you haven't really truly embodied yourself fully, or in what ways you did not respect your own power. This person might be a Capricorn. You got the Devil and the King of Pentacles right next to it as clarification. I feel like there's a refusement to be kind to someone in particular as well. Again, take this as it resonates. There's just so much that this could be about, but I really feel some of you are having trouble gaining peace with someone in particular, and you're like refusing to be compassionate towards this person. And throughout this year, you're learning how to respect this person or people like this person, because you respect yourself, because you know you haven't been the best either, or you will realize that, because you will probably most likely get tired of this lack of inner peace, because there's this almost like this war going on inside you, that is preventing you from rejuvenating this connection with this person, or rejuvenating connection in general. Excuse me. So you're being called to think before you speak, and knowing that there's power in what you offer, and that offering has to come from a place of inner peace. Because if what you truly want is to flow, there's this sense of like wanting to just flow into complete openness, complete like honesty, like complete just determination to honesty, you know. If that is what you want, I forgot what I was gonna say, but if that is what you want, then there's a sacrifice that's needing to be made here, and that is to choose to be honest no matter what it is you have done, you know. Be willing to be open about where you've been and what decisions you have made and why you reacted the way that you have. But overall, you are just learning how to respect, truly. And that in itself is helping you respect your own power and your own voice. You are learning to respect your own voice through respecting others. There is power in union. There's power in the mirror that others show you. There's power in the action of sharing your cup. And you have to see, you have to realize, like, how tainted is that cup? Is it real? Is it genuine? Does it have anything genuine to offer? Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. I'm gonna gather what it is that is best for you to hear from this, and I'll leave you at that. Okay, I communicate with compassion. And that one was reversed. Remember, it was reversed, so it's something that you are working on. Okay, body language and living language rooted in kindness and loving nature are the embodiment of the humane, the life force of nature applied through empathetic elucidation and fluency in the great faculties of the senses as the vehicle to effect through affection. Affection being eternally effective in life, death, and all of the dimensions in between. Compassion is something to actively communicate. Compassion as something to actively communicate is a fluid ideal that transforms with each expression and sentiment, depending on what metaphorical cards are dealt in coping with the situation at hand. Alright. I hope that gave you something. I hope that awoke in you a little something. Okay, now this one. I act respectfully of others. Anyways, sorry. Manners are a habit, the outward bearing of a person, but also a style of... I'm sorry. It's like about to be 2 in the morning. It's probably 2 in the morning. I'm so tired. Manners are a habit, the outward bearing of a person, but also a style of art or literature. When our outward bearing is that of respect, the art of our life is in what we create and cultivate by the lives and moments we touch. We are a living tessellation, a perfected pattern within the puzzle of perception, with our conduct acting as a conduit of the golden rule applied. Living this ideal allows us to pass pure, positive energy to all we encounter and perennially leave a lasting impression. Maybe there's someone you gotta impress this year, and you're working towards strengthening that throat chakra, so you're prepared for what's to come. Because like I said, there might be someone important you may meet this year. But yeah, with that being said, be recklessly fucking respectful. No, scratch that. That does not make sense, Mia. Why did you? I'd say to close this off, allow yourself to surrender to the war you have inside of you this year, so that you may speak more truthfully and invoke truth in others as well, and truth in the life that you wish to create, that has truthful things to offer, fulfilling, whole things to offer. Here's to becoming whole. All right, Aquarius.
Pisces. Piscean.
All right, let's prepare Piscean.
Piscean.
Let me stop. This year for you, you are shifting a mindset. You are changing your mind about something. You're going through a mental learning process, in which you will most likely free yourself of something mental. You will gain the momentum to go towards involving yourself emotionally with people. This is a slow transition though. Like this year, this is going to be a slow but steady thing. The first card that you got was the Knight of Pentacles. This is definitely so blurry, I'm so sorry. Page of Swords, the Shifting card, Change of Mind, this isn't bad. I'm just like, why did this come up for almost everyone? I consume only my fair share, and I affirm that all life is sacred. I'm reading this two ways. It's almost like you're going through a slow process of realizing that a certain group of people are not for you, and you're seeing how it is you can change that up and like move past it and go through the change of, you know, leaving that life behind. Like, you know, changing your mind about what it is you truly deserve to involve your emotions. And, you know, there's this like innocence that I feel here as well. It's almost like some of you may be emotionally intelligent. Isn't really the description. It's more like this sense of this like innocence that you know, you mean well, and so sometimes you weren't able to see how others were maybe treating you bad, or putting weight on you that you didn't deserve. You know, someone who is so compassionate can most times, you know, live in fake compassion, which is, you know, not having compassion for yourself and just completely destroying your boundaries and letting people just walk all over you. You are not that person anymore. That part of you is changing, and you're becoming more curious about what it would mean to be free, what it would mean for your heart to be free to feel different things, because you're probably tired of like being confused, or like being in the state of like second guessing, like, am I meant to be with these people, or are these people even meant to, like, you know, you're going through a change because you understand that what you have to offer is genuine and sincere, and you know the balance of consumption at a level of not knowing the balance of consumption of, but like, you know how kind you should be. Sorry. You understand that that is your natural way of being, and you're just simply not letting people walk all over you anymore. Like, that's it. Like, you're too curious to learn about how much more freer can you be, how much more freer can you be, how much more can you explore, how much more can you experience. Let me gather more for you. But yeah, I forgot to say the other way that this could be. This could, if there isn't an existing friend group that you're having to change your mind from, it's like you're being open now to allowing friends in after maybe being way too burdened, maybe going way too much time without boundaries, to the point where you were just like, because a lot of the time people like us who were born without boundaries, we tend to go through a time where we're like, holy shit, I need boundaries, and your boundaries become way too rigid. And then so after that, you're probably going to go through a time of learning how to be receptive and open. So like I said, the other way that this could be is about being open to friendships, being open to new ways of experiencing emotion with other people. Either way, there's a complete change, a complete shift. Like I said, slow and steady, but nonetheless, it's because of your curiosity and your willingness to be open to it, because your little heart is just like, what else more is there for me? Like, this is, wow, this is really cute energy. This is cute as fuck. And I'm also really proud of you, because it takes so much to like finally decide to be open, deciding to, after you being way too open to the point you got walked all over, and then you closed off. It's beautiful when you give yourself the opportunity to open your heart again, because that shows you your power, that shows you the fact that what broke me before can't break me any longer, because my boundaries, your boundaries will become, or you should allow your boundaries to become like water, flowing freely, so that things pass through you, so that things do not phase you or phase your sense of self and clarity, so that you no longer let other people step on you. Overall, there's just this sense of like, there's this, it's like, it's not, this didn't come through you being sick of being closed off. This came from an inspiration. Like this is like really strong shit. Like this is really not strong shit as in like heavy shit, but like this is strong of you. This is so strong of you. Like it takes so much strength to have that be the case, in my opinion, at least, you know, because it's this sense of like childlikeness that's just like, I am willing to experience no matter like what, because I want to, and I am excited to, you know. Amazing. Okay, so I'll see if I can gather anything else, but I'll see what I can leave you off with and finally finish this fucking video. Alright, for a change here, because I do see something here that can resonate more, I read, for the I consume only my fair share, I read pretty much the same thing, because like I got the same energy for everyone, but for you, I want to read this part that says, chaos ensued from creation, from desire to dynasty, dynasty to history, history to mythology. From the one came many songs. Creation is bred from both desire and necessity, and in looking at the Egyptian creation myth and what inspired the Godhead to create life forms of life force, we see desire gave way for the Creator to create, perhaps out of loneliness, but also from necessity. And I wanted to say that because, again, like, I want to say this too. Growth in consciousness doesn't depend on the will of intellect or its possibilities, but on the intensity of the inner urge. That's what I needed to read to you. Oh my god. So yeah, like, you are completely changing in the ethers because your heart was like, I wanna sing other songs. You're welcome. Okay, so now listen to this. Nature's potions and poisons are equally, this is for the I affirm that all life is sacred, by the way. Nature's potions and poisons are equally potent, but with the wisdom of an alchemist, even the most poisonous forms of life can be beneficial when the elements are properly manipulated into a medicine. The same is true when it comes to philosophy and the art of transforming words into golden wisdom. If the light is within you, the light of the world will come alive and reveal itself. If the spirit is refined, the soul will enter. If you embody the ideal of sacred life, the foundation of your reality becomes hallowed ground. And celestial consciousness can be seen and received infinitely as you appreciate and affirm the art of your unique expression within what is infinitely expressed from age to age, eternally. Okay, so Pisces, Are you ready to sing your own song? Are you ready to sing different tunes to different people who deserve it? This is the process of life, the process of allowing your heart to be. May you sing your heart-centered truth, Pisces. Well, that was a lot for me. So I hope that it really benefits all of you who this resonated with. And again, I am here if you feel called to get deeper into this in a more personal way and see what more darkness in you can shed light on so that you can live within your power and authenticity and coherency. And if you're not ready for that, may this still serve as the butterfly effect that will, no matter what, still guide you towards your truest self. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to give importance to what I have to offer you. I'm grateful to be offering this to all of you and grateful for my ability to provide you guys with clarity and empowerment towards your authenticity, because that is the greatest feeling ever. I love you. Te amo, te amo, te amo.